Yeah.
Episode 94, Tony. Episode 94. 6 to go to make a century. 5 to go to equal Shane Warne's best score in a match that he was bowled off a no ball. But anyway, it's not about you. It's not about me. It's about the birthday boy himself. Happy birthday, King Taz. Now, why do I call you King Taz? Just wait 1 second, Tazzy, when I use a prop.
Ooh.
Wait 1 second, Taz.
What have you got? Oh, I can't hear it, but I think I know what it is. I think it needs this, doesn't it? Is that what you need? Is that what you need? Thanks for sending it from Japan, boys. I appreciate it.
Well, that was supposed to be the Greek national anthem because we're not stereotypical here on Polty and we don't use stereotypes, but we just use the Greek, the tweak of Sheik. Forget about SK Warne. We've got our own in the Greek maestro himself, the King. Tony, that's why we call him the King.
That's right, KT, King Taz, the money man. I heard a story about Barney. Barney now has got one of those, you know, like that. They have the little trolleys when they get about 90 and they push them along the street. Well, Barney's got it full of cash because he was on all Taz's winners.
Oh, I'll tell you, he's got a fair bit of cash, and that's how one of our profiteers in one of your mates, Tazzy. I think his name's Woodsy.
Yeah, all cashed up, mate. How could he not be? I mean, look, you know what I mean, it was an awesome weekend. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not often that you can go 4 from 4, and I did. But I don't know. I mean, all I can appreciate more than anything.
What did we miss, Taz? What did we miss? What did the familiar miss?
Well, where do we start?
Wow.
Do we want to start with being?
Start with Siege.
Well, we were under siege. I mean, it didn't win easy, did it? How good did she ride this? Settled it out back. Do you want me to take you through it, or look at it? Jumped terrible. Well, jumped properly, but settled out the back. Look at that. Still out the back. The blue bat.
Oh, hang on. Al. Wait for the gates to open.
Oh, yes, here it is. They approach the turn, just waiting patiently.
Yeah.
It's now starting to open, and here we go. Look at this. Seriously,
Siege
look at this. Just starts to extend all over Red Rover.
Soft.
Look at it. Unbelievable.
Perfectly timed. Undefeated first up.
Now, Taz, I don't know, Tone. I'm not too sure if the familiar are quite sure what the Chocky Wheel is. Tone, why do we call South Australia the Chocky Wheel state?
That's because, he creates chocolates for everybody with all the money he makes.
Oh, shit. Maybe I should have done that in the warm-up or in the agenda, Taz. I should have talked about what the Chocky Wheel
never
is.
told me. I don't have any to do with the Chocky Wheel. You've got to get your act fine, mate. Like,
Mate, the Chocky Wheel state, we call it for 2 years now because someone spins the wheel on the Friday night, the trainer and the jock turn up, and that's how they select their winners on the Saturday, Tone. That's why we call it the money wheel, the Chocky Wheel.
I've really done the fucking trainer. As far as I know, Taz does it. He's the one who spins up.
Well, I don't think it's Taz. I think it's an uncle.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a Greek uncle who sells a bit of fruit and veg in Adelaide there. So, old Crinkinoculus or something.
Listen, boys, what he does is he actually gets them around for a game of Manila on a Friday night.
Yeah, 3-card Manila. That's really
he gets them all there, all the trainers, all the jockeys. He boozes them up. They start playing Manila.
Yeah.
$5, $10, $25 first card. There we go. Let's have a look.
Oh.
7's up. We all love it.
Oh.
We've all been there, haven't we?
Absolutely.
And in amongst that, the wheel goes off. Great
ride by one of Tony's favourites in Paul Gatt. The Gatt. Wow, what a ride. Not usual glory. Beautiful.
Price too.
Yeah, call it.
Paid $12, Taz. Pretty keen on that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, look, I got on early, so I'm not going to brag or boast when I didn't get maximum value, but not that I'm going to complain because I got on at $8.50 the night before when we were spinning.
Now, it's quite funny that your second selection, HDO, was the shortest margin winner.
Yes, and
it only just won.
It was super short, but I tell you what, race experience was exactly what got it over the line, because it was beaten and then it fought back, and it did win. But that horse that ran second definitely won the Black Book, because they did punt it as well in the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, Splendiforus was Splendiforus, because they absolutely fucking brained him.
Yeah, well, it was stepping up in distance. Didn't think it'd be a problem the way that it toughed it out last time, but it just controlled the pace and just went whooshka.
Now, Tony, if you yankied up the 4, or if you painted up the 3, if you put the jockey wheel on for $1, you would have got back around 80 skins.
Exactly.
For $1
Yeah.
investment. And then, of course, if you threw the 4 on, you would have got back around 240 skins for $1. So, Taz, you had a day out, mate. You put 4 out, 4 win. You are the king.
No, it was good. It was really, really good. But
Mm.
I know I might be jumping the gun here,
Oh,
but that was awesome. But how good was it that we got the quaddie too? We got the quaddie. How good was that? I mean, finally I struck it in the last leg. So whooshka. I mean, not only did I get 4 winners, but knowing that I was the last leg of the quaddie meant that we got the quaddie too, didn't we? Did we? Why are you doing that, boys? What's going on? I didn't check my account, because when I see too much money go in, I don't even check.
yeah,
Why you like that?
I'm scared to check when I've had a good win. I'm too scared to check. But, well, mate, unfortunately, karma is a bitch.
What happened?
Tone, what happened?
Did you miss the leg, Pezza? Was it you,
I missed a leg.
Tone?
Yeah, around second.
Unbelievable. So
Didn't get better.
you too.
No.
And
Absolutely.
Ando missed as well.
So hang on a tick. What you're telling me is, on the show last week when I said, hey, fellas,
Mm,
if you're not sure what to do,
yeah,
okay, just take the first 3 legs
yeah.
and pick your own for me. What
Yep.
they should have done is taken their own first 3 legs and followed me. Is that what you're telling me should have happened?
100%.
I can't. You guys have let me down.
Yeah.
Seriously, you've let me down. Finally, I delivered.
Tone,
Broken clock scenario with the quaddie, mate. You've missed the last 6 months, and when you get one, that's the day we all come up with lead balls.
yeah. You know what my favourite saying is, Tone? There's no I in team, but there's a U in CUNT. And at the moment, somebody's been a little bit CUNT-ish. But well done, Tazzy. You're on fire, mate. You were absolutely on fire last week.
I was actually,
Yeah.
and you know what? On the Sunday, I was actually rolling drunk too.
Rolling Drunk pays. Rolling
another
Drunk
one.
opens at $7.50 and then drifted to $12. I'm like, how good is Taz? Like, seriously, everything.
On fire.
Oh,
Jeez, you go to work on Monday, Taz?
Work, I only go for appearance money.
oh,
Yeah,
I
mate.
don't go to work.
Be able to go to work on Monday because your head would be that fucking big. You wouldn't be able to fit through the doors.
I'll tell you what,
I
I don't
Tone,
know that.
he's going to see an orthopedic surgeon at the moment because one side of his hip is very, very disjointed. That's where he keeps his wallet.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Tony, Wild Imagination at 46 skins, no good.
Yes, I got a little bit of a excited there at one stage. It was right up there. It led, but jockey error and
Sure.
finished back of the field. I think Wild Imagination to think it could win. I was hoping it'd be right up there, at least run a place at about 9 skins, but yeah, not enough.
Might have been a little bit too big a step in class, but Tone, as you said, you did get value for money because it did lead for until about the last 400.
And then it went down faster than cold beer at a Wharfies picnic.
That's right. It was running about as fast as me and you, which isn't real fast. Pezza had Maximilia, so I put everything I had in my account. Lucky that I had a couple of bets on Tassie's jockey wheel, which got me back in the game. But Maximilia's absolutely cleaned me out the prick. Supposed to be special, wasn't.
Don't sack it.
I won't sack it. It was a bit green, didn't really know what was going on. Shitty ride, which is usually a Pezza's push. Usually I get a pretty decent shitty ride, but Anyway, the Greek Freak doesn't matter about us, Tone. The Birthday Boy, 2 weeks in a row. Starry Legend, Siege. Obviously, you're going for an S horse again this week.
No, I'm not silly.
Okay.
No.
And of
no.
course, Karma
Going for
Boys.
something else.
Karma Boys is something else.
I've got one for you, but no, it's not that one. I've got one that, there's a little bit of a story to it, and I've done some homework.
Oh, shit.
So you just tell me when you're ready, and I'll give you the fister.
I just want to mention something a bit philosophical here, Tony.
Oh.
Like, obviously, some people follow you because they've got plenty of money. And obviously, some people follow me because they've got maybe a little bit less money than your followers. But I tell you what, if you followed Tassie in, you'd be going all right, because the great man, he's not off the winning podium, not too many. And I think the Chocky Wheels only had 2 losing days out of about 16.
Yes,
Yeah, we're going all right. The Chocky Wheel has gone all right. Touch wood. Thanks, fellas. I appreciate that. Hang on, I'll just readjust my crown. Hang on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, fellas.
No I in team, Tone. But I think when on a Saturday, we're trying to explain to a couple of newbies who might be watching this for the first time, we do have our main bets of the day, and we've got our quaddie up, of course. And today we've got a new member of the quaddie because Ando was out last week. Rest in peace, Lukey Mullen. But I think the Chocky Wheel sort of sits below because we're all on the bet thread and we're all having a bit of a banter and a chat. But it is worth scrolling down and having a look and seeing what's there, because, as I said, in my records, he's had 2 out of 16. The 14 have been profitable. So it is something to look at. The Chocky Wheel.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for pumping it up.
No worries.
I'll let the Greek boys know.
Yeah, just tell your uncle, mate. Tell your uncle to keep spinning that wheel.
I'll let him know. Next game at the Manila table, I'll tell him, listen, have you seen the show?
Well, the analytics used to wait for Tony's titanium tip, but unfortunately, when I look at YouTube, they don't look at the Pez's Bush and they don't give a shit about the titanium tip. All they're looking for is for the fister. 2 in a row. How good is he?
Oh, this is
Thank you.
Yep. I'm on.
A certainty.
Oh, it is. And this week I've gone for a little bit of value, as you can see.
Yeah, 11 skins. I like it.
Right, I have. And look, there was quite a few that I was looking at, and I thought to myself, you know what, about time that I threw one out with a double figure again, just to keep people entertained. And when you're on a run, you just got to push it. So anyway, we've gone with this ex-Kiwi who's made Australia home.
Oh.
It is an ex-Kiwi, so
Russell Crowe.
It's second preparation in Australia. So I reckon it's settled in well. Its form first up is good, which it is first up. It's had 2 goes first up for a win and a placing. Recent trial on the heavy, and it was a pretty soft trial, actually. So I don't think it was overly pushed. If you want to go out and have a look at it, find it, racing.com.net or whatever.
Yep.
It will handle the heavy, even though it's never been on the heavy. It's Irish bred, and I think that says something to me. The things that I like about it, since Schofield has come back, he's been riding really, really well. And it's a Wallace Schofield combination. It's a really open race. But the thing that really pushes this over the line is I have been on a roll. And we were under siege last week. This week, we're going to dance. So, and we dance. That's what's going to happen when this gets home. I'm telling you, I'll even do a Greek style for you. I'll get the bouzouki out if you want, and I'll do a little, I know I can do a kalamatiano, I could do a karsaposevico. See, I even give you a little bit. So with this, join me and we can all dance together. Get on.
Oh, yeah. Love it. Load up, load up.
Greek boy, can you read that? Can you read? It says winner, I think.
Yeah, it always says winner.
Okay, right.
I mean, that's all I can say, winner.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The great man, as I said, looking for a hat trick. He had Starry Legend 2 weeks ago. Of course, last week he was under siege, and now we're going to dance. Beautiful. I like it, Tone.
It's a story there, isn't it?
Now, we had a decision, Tone. We had a decision. We could stay in Adelaide, but we're a little bit scared of Elation.
Yeah, the top weight prices.
Yeah, in the second leg of the quaddie, there's a horse there paying about $1.30. So we thought we might steer away from Adelaide, even though if it gets beat, there will be value. But anyway, we're at Brizzy. We're going up for the Eagle Farm 10,000 tone, usually the Doomben 10,000. But of course,
Yes.
with the rain, they're getting away from Doomben. I don't know how Eagle Farm's going to handle it if Doomben can't. But anyway, don't worry about that. Brizzy, baby, how good is Taz? 1 in a row. The great man. Happy birthday. And of course, we've got a new member tone for the quaddie. Are you ready for this?
All ready. Let's have a look at him.
Okay, we are due like pregnant women that are over.
Another one.
Another one. Here we go.
Another one.
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 We've got another member of the Polty familia. Here we go. Now, this guy, I tell you what, we're going to get a girl on soon, one of our beautiful members of Polty, because seriously, the amount of cheesecake or beefcake, as we say, is too much. Like, seriously, I'm juicing up myself just thinking about Lukey Mullen, Ando, and of course now the great man himself. Who can't forget Luke Mullen? Very stiff, beaten a knob, and rides a flamingo like nobody else. And then we got the great man, Mr. Mortine himself. Well, let's get back to that. Here he goes. Don't look at him. Seriously.
Look at
Ando, champion. Now here we go, Taz. Bring it on, mate. What do we got?
We've got the captain.
Oh,
Captain. He's going to steer the ship.
Hey.
He's going to steer the ship because he's first leg, isn't he?
His first leg, Captain Woodsy's
Captain
right into
Woodsy.
it. Now
Yep, he's necking that one.
I love the captain. Like, I reckon he's just, look at him there, just eyeballing that camera like
he
this.
looks like you'll be able to steer us through the treacherous waters and get us away.
Now, if that bloke was at the helm, Tone, that's a bit of sea talk there for you. I wouldn't be worried.
No, not at all.
He looks like he knows boats.
Absolutely.
Remember that old commercial, Tone? You'd remember it when he goes, "Oh, I know boats," and he stepped straight through it.
Fantastic. Yes, it was in black and white too.
Yeah,
I remember.
The
Is
great
it a
man
long neck
himself-
you reckon he's got? Do you reckon he's got a long
mate.
neck there?
Oh, he's got a King Brown. There's no doubt. He doesn't drink stubbies. Woodsy, there's no use stopping at Werribee when you're going to Melbourne. Like, he's having a fucking go. He's having a rare crack. Now, we asked Woodsy, didn't we, Taz? Can you send us
We
a
did.
video?
And he did.
And he did. Like, this is how the captain rolls. This is like, if you need a video, I'll fucking make you a video. And I just love the background. If you can have a look at the background, people, and if you can understand the Cobram trots is on behind him, this is how poisonous this man is. I fucking love it. So he's got the first leg, Woodsy. Let's have a listen to the great man. Here we go.
Good evening, gentlemen, and thank you for inviting me to put a line through it. Well, I've come.
Can you hear that, Taz?
Yeah, it's a bit faint, but yeah.
All right, I'll pump the volume up so we can hear him.
Good evening, gentlemen, and thank you
Good
for
one.
inviting me to put a line through it.
Put a line through.
Well, I've come up with my selections for the first leg of the quaddie at Eagle Farm. I'm going one.
Have a look at the dodgy little piece of paper he's got. I love it. Yeah.
You know what it is?
Mm.
You know what it looks like, Pezza?
What's that?
In New South Wales, the old style tab tickets. I mean, he's from Victoria, but that looks like that could be like a I don't know, it could be his Tats Lotto ticket, a losing Tats ticket, and he's written them on the back or something.
Yeah. What,
But it's
a
good
legend.
though.
What a legend. Look at him with the Cobham Trotson behind him. Like, mate, fair dinkum. Luke's on a flamingo. Old Ando's got the old Mortines on, and how good's in the orange viz. Like, seriously, if you want a bit of Australiano, a bit of yeah, nah. I love it.
He's a real big Richmond supporter, is Woodsy too.
Oh, I bet he's.
Oh,
Loves
it-
the Tigers.
Hey, I reckon Woodsy would love a cashy too. Don't you worry about that. He'd love a cashy.
Let's see what he's got.
All right, here we go.
Good evening, gentlemen, and thank you for inviting me to put a line through it. Well, I've come up with my selections for the first leg of the quaddie at Eagle Farm. I'm going 1, 2, 6, 7, and 10. My big outsider is the one ridden by Jimmy Byrne. So hopefully we get up, guys. and happy punting. Love, Woodsy.
He's too good.
Fantastic.
He is too good.
Oh, mate, seriously.
Do you know he's also a premiership player here at Suburban Football?
I bet you he is. I bet you he.
So,
I bet you if he walked
yeah,
into a bar, a few people would buy him a beer. He's that one of those blokes, I reckon.
No, he's a good fella.
That's what I mean.
He is genuinely a good fella. Like, you
Yeah.
can say people are good fellas and whatever, but he's actually a genuine bloke as well. So it's good to have him on. It'll be interesting to see if he can break Ando's record,
Yeah.
because poor old
Ando was
Lukey.
good for 2 weeks. Lukey was good for
That's
one.
it. So, well, Woodsy should go 3.
Well, the cool thing about Woodsy is he threw very professionally to put a line through it, and at the end he's done the little love Woodsy. He's got his little moniker already, Tone. Tone, I wish you had a little dodgy piece of paper and do a little bit of homework like Woodsy. Would be real. Anyway, Woodsy's got 1, 2, 6, 7, 10, and he's pretty keen on Iconic Star, which he is. Jimmy Byrne for Shawnee Marsh at around 26 skins. I like it. Get us away.
Absolutely.
Big-
Absolutely.
Big fields at the moment, but Tone, they're going to be decimated with scratchings. It looks like there's more rain coming to Eagle Farm this weekend. So I reckon, we've got fields in 19 and 20 at the moment. Remember, we're filming this on Thursday night. I think the fields are going to be a little bit shorter than this when it comes to race day. Tone, you've got numbers 1, 8, 11 and 13. You've got the favourite in character, and then everything's a bit rough.
Yes. You have to read them for me on the phone. I can't.
So character's your top weight, mate. That's number 1. And then you've got Southern Stock at 26 skins. And then you've got Ashgrove at around 15 with Jamie Carr straight to the bar in the saddle. And then you've got Rouch, Opie Bossum for Pikey at 16s.
Yes, well, I chucked in Pikey as roughy because he could pop up like a turd floats to the top of the settling pond. You
Right.
never know. Better throw in the toppy. Jamie Carr will always get an honest ride out of her, not like that other bloke from New South who should not be allowed to cross state lines to be up in Queensland and poison the whole thing like Roundup, Tommy Berry.
Tommy
Be
Berry,
allowed-
right.
But the other one I threw, what was it? Stock.
Southern Stock, Larry Cassidy in the saddle race.
That-
7, a bit of, I like it.
Yes, that was almost going to be the titanium tip.
Ooh,
Almost. Yes. I like it. That's the one I really like in that race. But geez, it's rough, and the track. And like you said, there'll probably be a lot of scratchings. But yeah, that's what I'm keen on.
okay.
I've got a ghost of mine in here. I've got a little black booker, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to poison your quaddie, because at the moment, you're
You're
only as
on
good
fire.
as you're only as good as your last quaddie, and you missed last week, Tone. Same with you, Pezza. You're only as good as your last one.
Yeah.
Let's not worry about the
You've got the
300
error.
before.
Yeah.
Doctor,
Don't worry about the 88%
No.
I've missed. But
No,
no, you're not at 88%, mate. You're probably about 84.
yeah, but he missed last week's
Yeah.
when I got it.
No, I'm saying you're
Doctor
missed.
error.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've missed 84%, have
Yeah,
I?
yeah, it's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
big
but I
boy.
got last week.
I'm over exaggerating. It might be 83.
That's all right. Well, I'll live with it. Thanks, fellas.
Pez has
Thanks for
got
making
the big race of the day. It should be the Doomben 10,000 Tone, but because they've transferred to Eagle Farm, a very strange thing to have the Eagle Farm 10,000 just doesn't sound right to me. But I've got Kementari, old Special K itself. If it's going to be a heavy track, you want the heavy tracker. And this thing, as it's had the Geld Tone, because she was shooting blanks when it went to stud, come back and absolutely brained them on a heavy down in Sydney. So you've got to throw in Special K. Count the Rupees a ghost. I tipped it last year in a big race down in Sydney. I think in the Silver Everest comes second by a neck at around 20 skins, but absolutely flying up north. Number 9, Mazu, that's the big boom horse, Tone, as you know. It's already been slotted into the Everest for the next 2 years. I don't know how that's even possible, but it's actually got a slot in for the next 2 years this year. Going for 6 in a row, absolute boom horse, tough race on a heavy track, we think. And of course, I'm right down the bottom. Your mate, Tommy Berry. I'm backing I'm backing Berry and the trainer in Johnny O'Shea, Jack O'Shea at 27 skins.
Hey, Brooke, though,
Left a
they'll
lot
go-
of ghosts here. Zoosto, Rothfire, Signia Fox, Paul L, Generation, the Kiwi in Entre Taveur, Isotope. There's so many ghosts here. It's like a fucking haunted house.
What about Shelby?
Shel-
What's that?
in.
Shelby.
Fucking hell,
Seriously.
God.
I mean,
God.
what? Seriously, is Shelby like a chariot on fire or something? One of those where they just keep going around and around. I mean,
I reckon
ran in
Tone
Sydney,
owns it. He's
brought it
just
down to
going for a
Melbourne.
fucking drink in every state.
It's obviously they're clocking up frequent flyer points with it for sure.
Absolutely. Well, where did it go? It is in Sydney in a BM58 on the fucking Sapphire Coast and ends up winning a Group 1 with Robbie Darwin in the saddle. And then all of a
Then it
sudden
had-
it's down to Melbourne for a couple of starts. Now it's up to
But-
two
But it did have a spell though, didn't it? It had a spell for
It
a
had
week.
a spell for 6 days.
Yeah.
Mm.
Unbelievable.
Taz, do you
I
like
don't
that?
know.
Taz, aka God.
Here he
Yeah,
is.
look, I've looked at this race and it's your race is pretty tough, but mine, I've gone with Never No More.
Mm.
Look, it'll handle the rain affected track. It's been racing really consistently. Hoof on the till. You
Mm.
just can't leave it out for that reason.
Love it.
One of my ghosts comes in,
Yep.
Roman Aureus. Now, the thing with this, I actually wrote it down, which is interesting because it's had 29 starts and it's been in the money 20 times. Now,
Good horse.
it's one of my ghosts because I backed it
Mm.
in the 9 where it's never been in the money. So, how could I leave it out?
Yeah.
I think I backed it once. It ran a place once. That's the best I've done. But anyway, it's been racing really well. I've thrown it in. My
So,
main
are
pick
you
is,
saying the horse is poisonous or you're poisonous?
I'm saying that poison plus poison is really bad poison.
But
I don't know what I'm,
said
I
it
don't know
all
what I'm
there.
saying, but
How could I leave it out?
29.
Cascade 11-11s.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, we won't talk about that one too much. Not
Hey,
11.
Tony,
Also,
11-11 had only won the same race 2 years in a row. So it obviously hates that time of the year and never peaks for it.
I think it's running. It's running around as well this
Oh,
weekend
really?
somewhere. Anyway, I've also thrown in Paladas. It's my pick actually. It's the Golden horse. It's Burn Golden combination. Its last start wasn't too bad where it ran fourth. Actually, it got caught in a bit of traffic. I think it's going to be improved. I think it probably wins the race. And to be brutally honest, it was nearly my fister. And if I'd have gone that way, I would have gone one out in the quaddie.
Wow.
But it's one thing to be king.
Mm.
It's another thing to be, I don't know, the conqueror. And I didn't want to brag, so I just
Taz
thought I'll
the
just stick it in with the
Barbarian.
four. Yeah, well, could you imagine that?
Conan the
Yeah.
not Conan as love it. You little I
Um,
am
and
Sparta.
the-
I am Sparta. Isn't that the Greeks? I don't know. But anyway, mate,
Alexander-
Palace, and then you got one
Alexander
more
Glick
down
was
there,
one of
mate.
my
You got
relatives.
Aidensfield.
And I've got Aidensfield, ex-Victorian. It's had a few starts up there, and look, it's been placed and placed and placed. It has drawn off the track. I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. The only problem I have with Aidensfield is the Colette curse that I have.
Yeah.
But again, I couldn't not put it in. So they're my four. There is a special mention to a horse in this race,
Oh.
Westlink. I don't think it's going to run.
Mm.
But if it does run, it's going to run at the Gold Coast. Maybe have a couple of pennies on it if it goes to the Gold Coast.
Perfect, mate. Thanks very much.
That's it.
Of
Well
course,
done.
on Saturday on our Facebook page, please, if you find us and you want to get over to the Facebook page, you'll find a bit of an updated quaddie on Saturday morning, of course. Good luck to Woodsy. We hope you're with us again next week, mate, because your video was stellar. But okay, here we go. As I said before, the great man himself,
Look.
the analytics tone used to point to you.
Once upon a time in Japan, yeah, used
Yep.
to.
Used to, but now, of course, you don't wear the crown. There's only one of us does.
Yeah.
No,
That's it. Hang on. I'll just get the rubies so you can see them. There you go.
Beautiful.
Okay, Tone, where you off to, mate?
I'm off to yes, Eagle Farm. The rest of the
Oh, yeah.
country, you know, no good in Melbourne. Sydney's in country Bumpkinville, and I don't like those metropolitan meetings, as you know, on a sad day up the sticks. Adelaide,
Yeah,
is
Sydney
fine.
Scone. That's right. Sydney this week's at Scone. You wouldn't like that.
Yeah. No. WA, no, thanks. Tas owns South Australia, so I've just had to go to Eagle Farm, stick up north.
Race 4, number 4, you're on Release the Beans, Taz.
Oh, I am released the beans, eh? Yeah. Yeah, so
I think
now-
I made a really sexist joke about this, like release the beans, like when it wins, we'll release the jizz. Oh, hang on, Taz.
Yeah. Tone,
yeah.
do you think that maybe we should start calling you Taz too?
Uh,
Eh? Because I
Mate.
tried to release the bean and it didn't work. So do you reckon you will release it this week?
as they say, the old saying is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm coming in on the Tas wave here to try and get a.
Ooh.
So I'm coming in on the big wave. I think it's ready to go. I really do.
Like a tsunami.
Yeah, well, it's won twice. My information here for you, for all those layers out there. It's won a couple of times at the farm, so it's a
Yep.
track spec up there. It's had 2 placings out of the 3 in this prep. What's named James Orman, he retains the ride, and he's not a bad jockey. He's not like Tommy Turdy Berry. This guy actually tries to ride a winner, and he does. Soft 5. It won on a soft 5, a trial back on March 15th. Oh, sorry. No, I think it ran third. It ran third then, and it ran second in a trial at Doomben on a soft 6, and also one trial this last year at Doomben on a soft 6. So track conditions not a problem. I think the price around about probably get about 750 or round about that is justified in this race because it's not an easy race. It's a really tough race. So I think it's over the odds. In an easier race, of course, you know, it'll be a lot shorter.
Right.
Drawn in 2, distance suits. And for those people out there who are looking for the exotics and want to remove horses from your first leg of the quaddie, 1, 4, 10, 12. That's 1, 4, 10, 12. That's it.
I like
I
it,
have
Tone.
no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about, mate. The quaddie.
All I know, Tone, is that I couldn't release the bean. If you can release the bean, then Pezza, you know your jizz that you were talking about?
Yeah.
Well, Tony will deliver the jizz if he can release the bean.
I'm gonna get that
Oh.
little clip off Billy Madison. You remember that Adam Sandler movie when they're having the debate for him to pass high school as a degenerate and, you know, an older person anyway to
Yep.
get his father's trust and money and whatever. And Adam Sandler speaks for about 4 minutes and you have no idea what's going on. And then Adam Sandler thinks he's done a really good job. And then the MC goes, we are all more just dumber and more stupider than we were 5 minutes ago. That's how I feel like at the moment.
Well, let me
Right.
explain.
What's the
because
quaddie you're talking about, mate? I don't know what the quaddie's on.
My
The
exotic,
early quaddie.
no. My exotics in the first. It's the first leg. My leg of the quaddie, right? In my leg of the quaddie, but trifecta wise and first 4, and that I'm throwing in 1, 4, 10, 12.
Right. Oh,
That's
okay.
in-
So you've got like a first 4 for that race.
Yes,
Race 4.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
That's me. So for all the familiar out there who want to save their money, just cross off what I've just said
1,
because
4, 10, 12.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I like it a lot, Tone. I like a lot of what you've just said. You've bamboozled me so much.
Yeah, you bamboozled us all, I think. Like, seriously, I wish you had a little piece of paper and
Release the beans. Forget about
Oh.
Tommy. Get on, release the beans. Ormond rides. you know,
Okay,
you
here,
know?
here we go. Here we go. We've got a Graham
It's a money
Beckhorst, Logan McNeil, Prius 3 kilo claimer. Let's go. Doshi
Mate.
out of barrier 10. Doesn't matter what barrier it is. He's going to make a decision to go to the inside or the outside, down the straight for Flemington. Race 9, number 1. I've seen the trial. Absolutely brains them. Absolutely blitzed class horses, Tony. Open class horses. Made them look like pedestrians crossing the road. This thing is a 1,000-meter specialist. First up, it's its best run. Get in the queue. I can't believe we're getting $3.80 for it. It should be $2. So get on now, Dosh, because we're going to dance. Hopefully, we're going to release the jizz, go dancing, because we've got a pocket full of Dosh. That's how you do it,
Excellent.
Tone.
That's
Bang.
it. Certainly, we got it this week.
We've got
Brilliant,
$11 in the 8 in the 380. Gets us around 300 and something skins. You beauty. Thanks, boys, for joining us today. We've got about 2 minutes to square up things.
2 minutes. Tone, do you want to talk about Pez's football team?
I'll leave that to you. Richmond's doing
Yes.
all right. They're going to play in the granny this year.
North Melbourne are absolute. I was saying to the boys the other day, we're becoming irrelevant, even though we've got nearly 50,000 members, more than St Kilda. And
Yeah, but hang on.
we've got no
Your
debt.
members, you got 50,000 members. Yeah, they pay for these 3-game memberships.
Yeah, well, that's every club.
No, North Melbourne have them specifically for the Tasmanian supporters. That's why they buy them.
Well, we've got 47,000. We've got more than anyway. We're dead free. The
I got
AFL
you,
don't
mate.
hand
No,
out anything
I
to us
caught you
now.
in, didn't I? I just
Yeah.
caught you. You're a big
Mate.
fish.
Off field we're flying. On field we're a fucking disgrace. And I don't care if it's about effort. I don't care if you put your head over the ball and whatever. Mate, they can't kick a yard without making a mistake. And that's got to be confidence. That's something that's not instilled because these kids can play. They're all being drafted because they're Jets. And something's really stinks because they can't hit the target 3 meters away. So I don't care what that is. It's got to be in the mind. It's not in the body. So
Are you
Don't
trying to
worry.
convince us? Are you convincing yourself?
yeah, I'm just waiting for Clark or Adam Simpson to come back. Couple of North stalwarts. That's what we need.
When North play West Coast, though, you'll be long odds on to beat them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's pretty good to see Melbourne this week paying $1. I wish I had $1 million. Anyway,
Money
boys, it was
back.
great show today. Well done, Tazzy. You are the king.
Well done, Taz.
Happy birthday, mate. And
Thank you.
Tone, I hope we're releasing the juice, mate. Like I really do. I hope you're piggybacking on the right week.
Coming in on the big wave.